guys, welcome to Tutorials Point. In this video, I will be giving you some strategies to help you deal with the writing module of the IELTS exam. Let's have a look at the overview of what we'll be doing in this video. So basically, I will be telling you and helping you understand why most of the students end up spending more time in task 1 as compared to task 2, which is the one which has more amount of time and carries more number of marks. Then I will help you identify some of the common hurdles and mistakes that students make and help you develop a method to overcome these hurdles and achieve a better score. So let's have a look at what these common hurdles are to begin with. So basically, most of the students complain that they're unable to analyze and understand the graph or the diagram that is given to them in task 1. Because of this, they end up writing a lot of unnecessary things and include a lot of unnecessary data in their answers. So this makes your whole description weak and leads to you getting a lower score. Then I hear from most of the students that they are not able to give a good response or a reason supporting their answer. So this is very important, guys. If you do not give a good reasoning for your answer or be able to support it with good examples, then this will automatically make your answer look weak and look very flimsy, and you will not be able to achieve a good score. Then you are not able to give a strong evidence, which again is like giving a good example for your answer, or supporting it with some real-time experiences that you have gone through. So this is very important to give a very good answer and make your answer look very strong. And this will also help you get a better score, because the examiner will get a sense of reality and be able to judge your reasoning power and your power of putting your skills of being able to put your thoughts together and present it in a written manner. Usage of poor language. Yes, your language is the most important thing here, because this is a writing exam and they're looking for good language, good vocabulary, good grammar. So be very careful that your language is very good. And then lack of a strong conclusion. Your conclusion is very important, because no matter what you have written in the first few paragraphs or in the first few sentences, if your conclusion is not strong, the examiner will not be able to understand what is the stance you have taken and why you have taken that stance. And this is exactly what they are looking for. They are looking for your ability for reasoning and your ability to put together these reasonings and present them in a written manner. So be very careful that your conclusion is very strong. Now let me help you develop a method or give you some strategies to overcome these hurdles. To begin with, for task 1, I have come up with a tried and tested 4-step method. So let's have a look at step 1 of this method. So here basically you have to study the content of the diagram that is given to you clearly and try to understand the question related to it. So basically, whether it's a graph, a table or a diagram that's given to you, try to read it, try to see it, absorb and understand the content related to it and understand what the question is trying to ask of you. Once you're done with that, spot the trends or the processes. So if it is a table or a graph, you will have to spot the different trends, and if it is a diagram, like I told you, a diagram of an engine or something like that, you will have to try to spot the processes and make note of it. Use your question paper, be liberal with using your question paper, write all over it, make notes related to it and write whatever you spot, like the key features and the highlights of the diagram. Make a note of it immediately. Then come up with a strong conclusion or a summary as to what you have got or understood from that particular image or diagram or graph, and why you are taking that particular stance. There should be a good conclusion or summary where you which supports your entire answer. Once you're done with all this and before you start writing the answer, mentally or even like using your paper, make a note of how your answer is going to flow. The presentation of your answer, that is very important. If you do not do this step, you're sure to write a very messy answer with no good conclusion, with no connecting dots. So basically what comes first has to come first and what comes last has to come last, and the flow is very important. If you do not plan how to present your answer, there will be no flow. It will be like you write an introduction, then you write another paragraph, then you might just write the conclusion, and you will end up writing a paragraph after that supporting the conclusion. So this just won't make sense and it will not help you fetch a good score. So this last step is very critical and you have to follow it at any cost. So this is about the 4-step method that you have to follow for task 1. Now let us see a method that we have come up for writing task 2. Since writing task 2 carries more marks and has more time, this has a 5-step method that we have come up with. To begin with, you need to have a compelling introduction. Your introduction, because you're going to be writing an essay style of an answer, the introduction has to be very captivating and has to hold the interest of the reader, who's the examiner. So you have to write a very compelling introduction for your answer. Then you have to make a statement or come up with a statement which will explain the stand that you will be taking for that given topic. After that, come up with a few points supporting the stand that you have taken. You could include some examples like real-time experiences or any other examples that you have read about or seen anywhere. Also, don't forget to come up with some points which go against the stand that you have taken. This will help you build an impactful conclusion, because if you have some points that go against your stand that you have taken, you will be able to give a good conclusion as to why you have taken that particular stand, and this will make your conclusion very strong and impactful. This is very, very important for you to get a better score and give a very good presented answer that flows very well. So do remember, again, I'm bringing in emphasis on the flow and presentation of your answer, because this is what carries a lot of points and this is what exactly most of the examiners are looking for. So this is about the methods. So let's have a look at the summary of what we have gone through in this video. We basically try to understand the common mistakes and hurdles that students make during the writing exam, and we came up with a method to tackle these hurdles. Now it's up to you to imbibe these 4-step and 5-step methods and make it a part of your practice routine until it is second nature to you. So this was it about the writing strategies. Do stay tuned as I share some writing tips and tricks in my upcoming video. Thank you.
Tutorialspoint.com. Simply easy learning.